Good evening and welcome to 7 News. I'm Yuji Ueno. On tonight's show, we're showing how you can save big bucks at the supermarket with barely any effort at all. Why protein shakes are really good for your body. And how to finally find the woman of your dreams. But first, have you ever wanted to know what the year 2030 could look like? Well, some students from the University of Queensland have the all answers you need to know. Next, Sidney Abbott will report this in greater detail.
The future. We may be scared, excited or curious as to find out what might happen. However, the future is technically unwritten. It is shaped and influenced by what we do today. The year 2030 may seem like a lifetime away, but in reality, a lot can happen in 15 years. The students from the University of Queensland have recently stumbled across some striking new evidence that suggests and supports what the year 2030 might look like due to the trends of the present. Let's just say, with progress comes consequences. The real question is, how will this affect tourism?
Due to rapid advancements in technology, people under the age of 35 will have never set foot in a travel agency, as they will be a thing of the past, no longer existing as they will run out of business due to competing technologies. Due to this, booking a holiday is as easy as the click of a mouse or a touch of a button, creating a more convenient, appealing and easier access. It is said that medical equipment will be much more advanced and more frequently available in developed countries in both rural and suburban areas in more private and local hospitals. Due to this, many people will be able to live a longer, fuller life and consequently have more available time to travel. Many forms of transport will be so technologically adept and advanced that travelling times will be at a fraction of what they are today, with the introduction of the speed rail and jetliner transport operations. A speed rail from Brisbane to Sydney will take merely 2.5 hours compared to the 10-hour drive that it would take today. This means that more people can travel to more places in less time. However, with this advancement in technology comes consequences. This will include the loss of many service jobs within the tourism industry that will have been taken over or replaced by machines and technology software, resulting in a higher number of redundancies, for example, the travel agencies. This issue could lead to employment difficulties and financial situations, resulting in many people not having access to discretionary income that could be used for travel.
While this advancement in technology leaps and bounds beyond the present day, there is reason to suggest that the effects of climate change will dramatically increase within 15 years. Needless to say, the tourism industry will be completely transformed.
According to the United Nations World Tourism Organization, tourism is currently responsible for 5% of the global CO2 emissions and contributes to 4.6% of global warming. However, this is expected to rise by a dramatic 25% by 2030 due to the rapid advancement in technologies. Due to people living longer and more people having greater access to travel and tourism, there will be a higher demand for resources. These demands will force farmers and factories to produce more crops and products in an unsustainable way, resulting in infertile lands in order to cope with the demand. This higher production and reliance on machinery will contribute to CO2 emissions and will encourage the continued damage of climate change. However, the biggest impact climate change will have on tourism is the effect of climate change on tourist destinations. Due to the melting of snow and glaciers, sea levels will rise. Therefore, a lot of low-lying destinations will be flooded out to the point that Venice will no longer be a safe tourist destination by 2030. In addition, most mountain and ski resort attractions will be struggling to cope with supply, therefore demand will shift depending on the most attractive climate. Many natural ecosystems and natural landmarks will be damaged or eroded away, and many environments will deteriorate. Many tourist attractions will no longer be able to be visited, resulting in less tourism in most tourism-reliant destinations. These ecosystems are home to many animals and species, some of which are currently endangered and will increase their potential of extinction. This includes the very popular Australian Great Barrier Reef. Much of the coral will die and many native marine life will migrate or die.
The future is not set in stone. This is of course a scenario analysis of university students, but it is still important to pay attention to. This forecast is developed from current trends and issues of the present. If we want to change the future of tourism today, then we have to start making a difference. Sidney Abbott, 7 News.